So is genetics the reason why some people have long hair, that grows super fast, and other people have short hair that takes forever to grow? So in this video, we look at the role genetics play in our hair growth, and also, ways that you can make your hair to grow faster and also longer, even if you don't have the genetics to grow long hair. You see, so first of all, we have to go and look at the difference between a person who have genetics that makes the hair to grow faster and a person that doesn't have the genetics. But with good hair practice, they are able to, grow the hair. So a person who has the genetics to grow their hair longer, it means that person, they don't have a problem with growing the hair. It's either one of their parent or both their parents also have, the gene to grow long hair. So which means they inherited that gene through DNA, to their parents' DNA, you see. So which means that's just how their, DNA works. It's in their DNA. It's in the family, you see. And then you take someone who they don't have, the genetics to grow long hair. So that person's hair takes forever to grow. That person can be stuck at maybe waist length, maybe shoulder length for years, you see. But then that person, years passed, they still at shoulder length. They decide to go and learn about their hair. They decided to go and learn about good hair practices. And all of a sudden, they are able to grow their hair. All of a sudden, their hair is even passing 1 inch of hair growth in a month. How is it that person is doing that? Well, that is where epigenetics comes in. So what epigenetics is? Epigenetics is, the study of how your behavior and environment changes the behavior your, genes work, you see. So it involves, changes in the expressions of the genes, not the DNA. So which means that you are altering the gene, but you are not changing your DNA. There's other things that you can do to, grow your hair faster. First of all, you have to go and look at, your stress levels. So which means make it your duty to stress less, because chronic stress can cause hair loss, you see. So what stress does to your hair is that it will put your hair in its resting phase. So our hair, has a hair life cycle. So chronic stress is gonna make your hair to go in the resting phase. So which means it's gonna cause your hair to shed a lot. The second thing that you have to go and look at is, your hormones. Because in a way, we also affect our hormones by the things we do. For example, the amount of hours of sleep you get, the pills you drink, and also, for example, our menstrual cycle. It can also cause our hormone balance to go out of balance, you see. So when your hormones, balances change, what that does is it changes your hair's life cycles, your hair cycles. The cycle of your hair. So it's gonna, let's say your hair is in its growing stage, but because of hormonal balance or because of stress, you see, your hair life cycle will somewhere go into resting phase. And then number 3 is you should go and growth train your hair, which means you should train your hair, you see, to grow. And there are 5 things that you should do to growth train your hair. Those are things that are in your control that you can do to grow your hair, because you are training your hair to grow. So number 1, I'm first gonna mention them and then I'm gonna go in detail. So number 1 is scalp massages. Number 2 is protective style. Number 3 is reducing or even eliminating breakage. And then you have to learn how to retain moisture, so moisture retention. And then Number 5 is protecting your ends. So before I go into details on the 5 things I just mentioned, I would really appreciate it if you go and subscribe so that you can see more videos like this. And don't forget to like the videos. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank my, brand new subscribers. I've just hit 700 subscribers a few days ago. So yes, thank you very much to my brand new subscribers. And yeah, I really appreciate it. So let's get back into the video. So as I said, number 1 is to do scalp massages. When you do scalp massages, you see it makes the blood go to your scalp, which encourages your hair to grow. So yeah. And then with protective style, think about it. With protective styling, your hair gets used to growing, because throughout the protective style, you see, your hair is growing. You aren't doing anything that's breaking your hair off. So your hair is just left to grow in peace. But reducing or even eliminating breakage, imagine you're doing those 2 things that I mentioned, and you are also reducing breakage. You are really going to look at everything that you do to your hair. How is it that you comb your hair? How is it that you even, on your wash day, how do you handle your hair? You see, what tools do you use on your hair? What products do you use on your hair? Because there are some products, they can have chemicals, you see. So go and look at, things that you do every single day that might, be contributing to breakage or even damaging your hair, you see. Because if you are, reducing breakage, you are reducing manipulation, you are reducing chances for you to damage your hair, then it means that those length that you are getting in the protective style, you are able to retain it. Not only will you be able to retain the length that you are gaining, but you are also able to retain the length that you already have, you see. Because most of the time, let's be honest, our hair is growing, but the problem is retention, moisture retention, you see. Think about it. Dry hair equals breakage. So you are gonna have to get to a point where you go and learn, how is it that your hair feels like when it's properly moisturized. Don't over moisturize it, just moisturize it properly. Give your hair the right amount of moisture it needs, and then it will thrive. It won't be dry, so it won't break off easily. It won't be dry, so you won't have damaged ends, you see. Which takes me to the last way of training your hair to grow. Protect your ends, because our ends is the oldest. If you are able to retain your ends, then you will be able to retain the new growths. And if you are able to retain your ends and your new growths, it means that you will be able to see length. And then the next thing that you can do, to grow your hair, even if you don't have the gene to grow your hair, is go and get good quality sleep. I'm repeating, get good quality sleep. Because let's be honest, like our sleep is very important, because whenever we sleep, that is where our body not only gets to rest, but it just gets to recover also. Yes, and another thing with sleep can also cause hair loss. It can also cause it, you see. Because let's be honest, there are some people, they don't get enough sleep, which makes your body not to function correctly. So if you get to a point where you're not really getting enough sleep for weeks, your hair is also gonna, be affected. The quality will be affected. So if the quality get affected, your hair will break off easily, you see. So then we're gonna move on to, diet. Let me see, diet. Yeah. Diet, nutrition plays a very important role on not only on the quality of our hair, but also on, the quality of our scalp. Nutrients is very important, you see, and the vitamin and minerals that you need, let me just see here on my list so that I don't forget one. It's zinc, iron, biotin, vitamin A, C, D, and E. You see, and the way that you can get, those vitamins, if you are not getting them in food, there are hair supplements. You see, there are hair supplements that can give you, all those vitamins. You see, because sometimes, we are doing everything to our hair. We are following the right hair care, we are using the right products, but if we don't feed our hair from within, it's just a waste of time. Because to have hair that is good quality, to have strong healthy hair, it's not only about what you do on the outside, but also what you do on the inside. Because I also read that especially alcohol and smoking can also really cause damage to your hair, you see. So also go and look into that if you are excessively if you are excessively drinking alcohol or smoking, it's going to affect the quality of your hair. If you haven't taken anything about in this video, then all I have to say is it is possible for you to grow long hair even if you don't have the genetics to grow long hair. It just goes about what is it that you are doing that's making your hair to be stuck at the same length. So if you go and follow these things that I said in this video, if you have to go and watch it again, well, go and watch it again, then you will be able to, grow long hair no matter the genes you have, you see. So, yeah.